Welcome back to another BXG trailer reaction video. I am one of your hosts, the Alpha Donut Guy, Brent Beswick, alongside my co-host, Gregory T. Filson, and the T is for Clicker. Greg, I got my choreo on right now. I gotta
Yeah,
do
you're
this.
going hard.
I gotta do this for Ryder.
Yeah.
Uh, what, like 6 weeks ago, we got the first 30-second snippet
Yeah.
of HBO's The Last of Us. We have that video obviously available for you if you want to check that out. But today is Outbreak Day, the fictional day in which the outbreak occurred in the original game, September 26th. And so, very fittingly, they decided to give us our first extended look between HBO and Naughty Dog, who made the games. Me personally, I think that anyone who's followed us knows that I'm really excited for this. I just finished playing The Last of Us Part 1 remake. Couldn't be more excited. But you, who's doesn't have the same knowledge base, what are you do you have any what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, the
Any
thing I'll say,
anticipation, expectations?
yeah, no, I expect it to be good because Pedro Pascal's good at doing things.
Mhm.
He's really kind of just hitting a thousand. I mean, every time we see him, it's like it's good.
Wonder Woman, a
Well,
little dicey,
when
but that
he
was for other.
what I mean is like
Yeah.
his performance though. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah,
my
sure.
thing is like his performance is good, and because that's different. There's a lot of movies out there where like someone's not like the movie's not good, but the performance stands out, and like he's good in Wonder Woman. Like that's a
Sure.
thing, and so I think that's one of those things where it makes me excited because I feel like he at least does things where it fits whatever he wants. He's not trying to go like way extreme out of his range or whatever, because everyone has a range and he just does what I think fits. And then your excitement level for it makes me more excited about it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Very excited. As I've said before, this is my favorite story to be told in any medium, whether it be movies, games, books, TV, whatever, is The Last of Us Part 1. And I think that's what the first season is going to give us. But without further ado, let's get into this thing. We have the HBO Max trailer, minute 48, and we're going to let it rip in 3, 2, 1, go.
The roses have faded, there's
Hank Williams to start us.
The birds in the morning don't sing anymore. The grass in the valley is starting to die, and out in the darkness the whippoorwills cry. The darkness is falling, the sky has turned gray, a hound in the distance is starting to fade.
I just want to see it.
Alone and forsaken by fate and by man. Oh Lord, if you hear me, please hold my hand.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Forsaken by fate and by man. Oh Lord,
This is your chance.
hear me, please hold my hand.
Our best shot.
Hold my hand.
You keep her alive.
Hold my hand. Please hold my hand.
And you said everything right.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
oh, that thing at the end really
That's the
freaked me
clicker.
out.
Save who you can save.
Save who you can save.
Please understand.
Oh, that thing freaked me out
Oh,
a
my
lot.
God.
Oh, that gave me goosebumps. The thing at the end.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is
made
that's
me
the clicker.
itchy.
That's one of the clickers. So Jesus, man.
I mean, you seem stoked after seeing that.
I'll tell you what, I like I said, I just finished the game. I know they changed some things around. I was actually really disappointed. One of the things that they changed was instead of having one of the sections be in Pittsburgh, which is a very big section of the game, it's probably about between between the actual city and the suburbs, it's probably almost about a quarter of the game or a sixth of the game. But they changed that to Kansas City, which I'm a little disappointed with. But the beats that they hit in this trailer that go like by the game photorealistic in terms of carbon copy, the messages on the wall, the Firefly logos. It appears as though we're going to get what was the Left Behind DLC kind of tethered into this, which is a big component of the story. The clicker, it was real quick. We only saw it for a second, but it looked fucking awesome. I don't want to give away too much.
Sure.
Like, I don't think it's a big spoiler in terms of, because it's part of the story, but it's not like detail oriented. But you know, for those who maybe have not experienced this, The Last of Us takes place. The outbreak is in 2013. It takes place 20 years later. And the disease is a real disease that I can't remember if it was Neil Druckmann or Bruce Straley, the two creatives behind the game, were watching in an airport, like a documentary. And it's the cordyceps virus, which actually does.
Oh yeah, that's a real thing. Yep, that's crazy.
Yeah, inflicts on insects, and it's like a fungus that takes over the insect's brains or whatever. And so they transferred that onto humans, and the longer they're infected, the more gnarly they look and start to look like plant life and fungus. And they don't have eyes, so they use echolocation. So that's what that creature was that you saw. And I think that a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my God, this looks like the Demogorgon in Stranger Things. What are they doing? It's like, well, this game's 10 years old. So
it came first.
So there's that. But yeah, I mean, I'm very excited after seeing that. I think that it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to play to the strengths of the game with storytelling, environmental storytelling. I think you saw that a little bit there in the trailer. Like you said, Pedro Pascal. I'm not in love with Bella Ramsey in the role of Ellie. It seems a little weird to me. She doesn't really look the part, and I just think of her being like the little girl in Game of Thrones. But we'll see. I mean, you know, and I think, and I've said this before, especially when we've been talking about this versus talking about the Uncharted movie, is Naughty Dog, and specifically Neil Druckmann, who created this story, is having a larger role in the development. And so I think that's going to serve them well. And honestly, I just think that it being on HBO is the only network that could pull this off. But I'm gushing. What did you think? I
mean, it looked good. If I were basing this off of never knowing this was a video game or anything, it looked good. It had like the drama, the cordyceps guy, the clicker guy, that was freaking me out. I think, like I said, just having that background with Pedro Pascal, it just makes me more intrigued. If this was his first thing, I'd probably be like less intrigued. But the other thing though is that you point out HBO, and like I'm more likely to gravitate, at least give a show a shot on HBO. Now, of course, we'll watch this and review it, but I mean, like, generally speaking, I try to give most shows on HBO at least a watch, and some I like and some I don't. But there's that idea of most of the time they know what they're doing, and if it's something I don't like, it usually still ends up being popular. There's always usually there's a demographic that a show on HBO works for. That can't be said with literally any other network. And so I think production wise, it'll be good. Like if it's following the storyline that you've talked about, how much you enjoy that, that makes it that much better. So I think it looks good. It definitely looks interesting, and it definitely looks like scary enough.
Yeah, still no firm release date. 2023. That's all we know. God, it can't come soon enough for me. I'll just say that right now. It can't come soon enough for me. Super excited. We'll have trailer reactions anytime they come out with anything. And I think partly is just because I don't want to see anything.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing too, is like, this is enough to get me hooked. And right. I don't want them to show too much of anything else.
To To me, it feels like this is the last one before.
Oh, I think there will be at least.
No, I
one
meant
more.
like the last one before the real one. Like there's
Yeah.
gonna be the 2 minute. There's not gonna be another teaser kind of like this or whatever. It'll be one. There'll be like the final cut one. It'll be
Right.
like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then the show will come out.
Yeah, I just don't. For me, like when I'm waiting for a game, like right now, for example, God of War Ragnarok, I'm on media blackout. I saw the first trailer. I don't want to see anything else, right? Because I just don't.
Right.
I want to experience everything. But this is a story that I'm intimately familiar with, so I don't. It's not like they can spoil anything for me per se.
Right.
But we'll see.
Just the way it looks and how they deal with it. But
yeah, sure. So very excited, looking forward to it. If you enjoyed this trailer reaction, leave us a like, subscribe, share, and if we did our job well, go ahead and ring that bell. Leave comments. Just make sure, just don't be a dickhead.
constructive criticism is fine.
Constructive
Sorry to
criticism is
explain
fine.
why I didn't like The Village, because I've explained it, I think, at least 10 times on the pod. So go back and listen. You'll find it eventually, the reasons why I don't like The Village.
Take care, friends.
That's
Thanks
it.
for watching.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.